Hello, and welcome back to my 5-year plan, programs and launch complexes playthrough of RP-1 is maximal.
Hey
And
again.
hey, it looks like we've got, all right, yeah, our first satellite launch. And yeah, I decided to try to get early avionics and probes researched before this, so I could try to sub it out. Um, let's try to maybe hire some researchers.
That next one going into orbit, or was
Yes.
there? Okay, good. Yeah, makes sense then.
All right, so that saves a week. Now, what I want to look at is what it would take to change this out for the better avionics. I think I
After,
was dumb and tooled it, which was a waste of money.
I thought you used your old one. That was the whole
Oh, that's
discussion.
right.
Like,
Yes, I didn't end up tooling it. That's correct.
yes, I'm
Didn't have
here
to
to
tool
help you
anything. Yes,
optimize.
yes. All right, so it's at 7.72%. On Science Core. Let's go to early avionics.
The wattage on early avionics, it's really low. It looks like a single digit.
Yeah, it's 0.25 watts.
Oh, crazy low.
Yep, it's that one. So now let's look at how long we can last. We put more stuff on.
Imagine the swap out is not really going to cost you much build time.
Hopefully not.
They're both just avionics units. I mean, science cores. They're neither of them are going to be very expensive. Maybe actually putting in the instruments is going to cause you problems, though.
Shouldn't be too bad. Also, good that I remembered to do this since I didn't put the radiation detector in, so I couldn't have even done first satellite. First scientific
Ah,
satellite
yes,
anyway.
good point.
Which was fine because I wasn't going to do it anyway. I was going to do it in 2 months. I'm trying to see if I can do it in 1.
Did we ever fix the tagging on science instruments so that they end up costing the same whether they're inside or outside of
Yes,
the
that's why there's
pool?
a 4x difference.
Cool.
4 days, 21 hours. Guess I really can't expect this to last that long.
Must be due to an instrument now.
Let's watch. Yeah. I'd also really like to have a better antenna, but
Really, you're going to be in a relatively low orbit. I mean, at least the PE is
I
going to
mean,
be
a
low.
better antenna in terms of the TL1. Not better
Right.
antenna.
TL1 is the lowest idle power for a long while. Oh yeah, if it's counting your, but if it's counting your transmit power as being on all the time, then that's very different from what's
I mean,
actually
I
going to
only
happen.
just did that. Yeah, if we set this back to 0, it's 20 days. All right, so we'll probably only get about 2 weeks of life out of this much battery. But it does mean that we can go ahead and tool this at reasonable size and shape.
Well, even if you couldn't, you could just slap more lantern batteries on the outside.
Yes, I could do that. $258 days. It's because that's an awful lot of batteries.
I mean, it's just all batteries at this point.
Yes, it's a.
That is funny that the instruments don't take up any volume, but whatever.
Yeah. $256 days. That's a lot of battery. And we have non-zero time. All right, yeah, we don't need that much.
Especially since most of the run you're only going to have one experiment running, and it's a very low data output experiment.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Let us see what this grants us. Yeah, the electricity is just too expensive. So we'll lose like almost all of our progress.
And the service module, that's a surprisingly high cost for just a science core. Gold, it's 550. That's
I mean, it's, I think, mostly the electricity. Yeah.
oh, I'm surprised the electricity shows up part of the tooled cost.
That's just the cost of the part.
Right. But removing the electric charge, lower the tooled cost.
Yeah, because it's lowering the cost of the part.
Is there less service module there?
Because this right here is just the final cost of the part, including literally every module and resource on it. This
Okay.
is the base cost of the part, including all that stuff, plus like some percentage of this cost.
Yeah. So I did not expect the tooled cost to include the cost of any resources you put into it.
Yeah, no, it's just that, well, I mean, it's not the, like, regardless of that, this, you're not paying per unit of electric charge, you're paying for the tank. Because
Hmm.
this is just a tank like any other.
Hmm. Okay. Hey, Tilla.
Hey, all right, so we're at 7282, and that is 550. It has a 4x multiplier because it's avionics. So that's why it's so
Yeah.
bad. Because we'd be
Yeah, you
better
might.
off with having separate service module.
Yeah, that's true. You also probably don't need 160 days.
Yeah.
Your experiment runs out at 90 or something, right?
Yep. All right. So we're finally closing in. All right, so want to be somewhere around 156 days. It won't let me save edits though. So we have to do a little bit of work here. That's kind of annoying.
What are you planning to do?
Duplicate my avionics.
The higher tech one or just the existing one?
This one, so I can actually save the edits.
Okay.
Okay, this is a post-war science core.
All right, I'm still confused what you're trying to do.
What I'm trying to do is
Match the costs?
roughly match the costs, yes.
Well, that, yeah.
Now that was interesting. That made literally no change.
External batteries are cheap.
Yep. Which is
But if
why
you,
I shouldn't have made that giant thing and just have a bunch of these, although...
well, you still don't have to make that giant thing. You didn't pay to tool it yet.
Although I would need 115 of them. Which is a little ludicrous. Although I guess I could tool a service module, which I'm going to need anyway for payload if I do target satellites or anything else.
I mean, you already have a tooled service module.
This is the tooled service module.
You have other tooled service modules because you tooled avionics.
No, this is the service module. We had this discussion last time. Tooling
Right,
for avionics
that one
weird.
is 0.1?
Yes, this is the service
Okay.
module that was tooled as part of this avionics.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's otherwise I would not. Otherwise I would not be flipping dots.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought these avionics had a 0.2 size, not a 0.1 size. But you're right, it's 0.1.
Wait, why are these fairings? Oh, fairing auto shape was on. Yeah. Okay, that's more like it. Post-war avionics. Why is that different? 0.4, oh, 127, not 72. Duh. Okay.
You throw in some instruments rather than.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. You are, of course, correct.
Not, of course, like, I think we're 50-50 on this sort of thing.
Okay, that looks about correct. No, I was at like 1.27 after edits with tooling.
1.27.
Percent.
Well, your other thing costs specifically 435 after tooling, so you could just rip off the rest of the rock and look at what it costs, because it's all going to be avionics tagged.
Yes. Right.
You're just a little overshot now.
Yep. Close enough.
I know, Mr. Bond.
Hey, no, Mr. Bond. Alright, I guess I can't really get it more precise than this. Not easily. Oh, maybe I can, actually. Yes, I can. That's pretty close. Taken. Alright, that's pretty darn close. Oh, can you make an addition to assign me and that you shouldn't be able to roll something out while the launch complex is being reconditioned? But pad, technically. I need to get that fixed.
Sure.
Thank you. And I think I'm going to change out 58 orbital rocketry for rated comms so I can start tracking station upgrading. Take a while. All right, let's go. That's losing a lot of rep.
From decay or?
From decay, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, it's 415, not 429. Or 435, or what I'm saying.
Oh.
Well, close enough.
I think I need to make your screen even bigger.
Yes, we lost very slightly. Not a problem.
Yeah, when you're going down in costs, it doesn't penalize you very much at all. It's only when you're going up in costs that it's a big hit.
Yeah.
But then you spend a little bit extra time building, so.
Okay, now the real question is, can we get this into the desired orbit? Oh yeah, I have to unlock the avionics too. Forgot about that part.
One above that, you're not making the 1,000, 1 ton.
Pretty sure the dry mass of that thing is going to be over a ton, which we should fix so you can't do that. But I believe it was set so that Atlas score would work.
Gotcha.
Like I've been considering adding a no engines on the thing requirement to try to get around that.
Yeah, fair enough. Or somebody will just decouple the engine.
Yeah. Yeah, so we want to go to like 210 by 1600 by like 1550 to have margin. We might even be able to take a ton to that. Not sure. Certainly with Isogrid we could have, but with SEP-AL, I don't think so. All right. So we
Yeah, your
need.
margin's not going to be great with this.
I mean, with this payload, it'll be fine. Like margin taking a whole ton would be questionable.
Even with this payload, you
Oh, I think it'll be
thought
fine. I mean, let's find out, but I think it'll be okay.
get how much the extra delta V to get another 1,500 kilometers is, or 1,300. I think it's around 4 or 500.
I guess.
I think you may get it, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, it's closer than I would have thought then. Which means we to cut this
See,
flight.
it wobbles at the start. It's weird. Like your whole pad infrastructure wobbles.
I'll watch it next time. I bet it's because of these things.
Probably. And also, you got this weird thing off on the right.
From here?
What's this weird thing off on the right? At the close to the edge of your screen, it's part of your pad. It gets the green highlight when you're hitting it. It's like under your ascent guidance GUI right now. See it?
The thing currently highlighted?
Yeah, it's the thing currently highlighted that's under your ascent guidance GUI. The piece that's under the screen. Yeah, right there where your mouse. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the floating bit.
like we're talking about the thing that I just raised, right?
Yeah, the part that is detached from it is like, like when you raise it, it's going to be a few 100 meters over your rocket.
What?
That bit that's
Oh, what the heck is that?
That's what I'm asking about.
That's super weird.
Maybe that's why your thing is wobbling. It's got a weird counterweight hanging off in space.
Oh yeah, I think I remember Alpha Manse saying there was a.
It's the Acme anvil that's about to descend on your.
Oh no, I bet it's the elevator car.
Oh, okay.
Car height adjust. Yeah, I forgot to set this stuff. That's what it is.
Yeah, okay, no worries. I was just curious because, it was chilling out there for some reason.
Yep. Yep. Did not notice that before.
I like how you're getting. Sorry, go ahead.
I should just remove them, given that I start them open anyway.
Yeah, no big deal. I like how your gantry also has the option for a crew report.
Yeah, because it's technically crude.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how this works. Yeah, it thinks we have plenty of delta V. Plenty.
Okay.
We'll probably end up with about 150, 200 spare.
Okay.
Which means if we were lofting a ton, we probably could just barely not make it. What just happened?
Oh, don't know. It wasn't good though.
That was extremely strange. Why did we lose avionics? I think what that meant was that we lost avionics.
Was your avionics that close to the limit? I don't imagine it was that close to the limit.
No.
From monkeying with
I can't imagine. We're at 275 tons. This thing is rated for 330 tons, so no.
Okay.
I am going to get rid of those. So. Oh, I think I forgot to set the launch location for this launch complex too. No jerk this time?
Much less, tiny bit wobble, but yeah, much better.
Yeah, that's what it was. All right. Awaiting liftoff. Start the engines. Yeah, how do we somehow not have guidance?
I didn't even see it say it didn't have guidance. It just said
Yeah, no, we have guidance. It's just very confused. Why is PVG so confused?
yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Unless it's a bug with the new PVBG.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem likely since
That's
you've been
set to
flying several of these.
optimize. Coast stage, coast after, fixed coast length. Trigger. Then settings. I mean, let's try this for now. See what happens. Nope, it just gets real confused. Index was out of range, must be now negative and less than the size of the collection. Alright, so it just threw.
How did you find that? I didn't even see you open the debug window.
I didn't open that. I was just looking at the bottom where it said last failure. Bottom
Oh,
of the
okay.
PVG window. Reported the down here.
Gotcha.
Alright. Flight path angle. 0, attach 210. Try it this way. Fixed coast length 0. That's fine. Let's try now. Nope.
That last failure message looks like more of a bug in PVG than.
Yes.
Maybe you should check the console, see if anything got printed out.
I mean, I assume what get printed out is the same as the last failure, which is an exception. All right, let's try something different. Let's just try applying it manually for now.
No, Mr. Bond says it is considering very briefly due to the order of operations that the weight of the vessel includes the launch pad.
Oh.
But
Oh, that's interesting. I can't throttle up.
well, we've got no guidance that would explain it.
Yeah, what was going on there? Yeah, I can't. Okay, this is extremely weird.
Does your avionics, your 300-ton one has EC presumably, right?
I mean, we have EC.
Yeah, but is all the EC on your last stage, and somehow we messed up. No, it has EC on it.
Yep. Something is extremely strange.
Like something about how it got edited made it forget that avionics unit exists.
Basically, that seems to be the case.
Now, Mr. Bond, he was trying to turn off MechJet and fly it manually, and he was not able to throttle up.
Yeah, like literally none of the MechJet buttons were pushed. I was just hitting Z and nothing was happening. And also, I forget whether I answered this before, but no, it's not considering the weight of the vessel, including the launch pad. Specifically because yeah, RP-1 ignores parts for avionics. And even if it didn't, whoa, that was a weird twitch. Even if it didn't, you have unlimited controllable mass when you're attached to launch clamps. So it wouldn't explain why. Okay, now I can throttle up. That's interesting.
You didn't really change anything, though.
Okay, execute. Now we can throttle up, okay. Staged. And that instantly zeroed my throttle. Why did that instantly zero my throttle? Now my throttle's locked to 0.
Mm-hmm. Something had gotten borked up when you pulled off the piece that those gantries.
Can't imagine how.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Fishing. I don't know.
Look at input locks. Yeah, okay, so it's not an avionics lock. Wonder what's preventing me from throttling up. Feels like something else in MechJeb is doing it, maybe. Because there's nothing. Guidance status enabled. Why is guidance enabled? That's extremely weird that guidance status was enabled simply by hitting the spacebar. But yeah, this does seem like it's a PVG bug.
Mhm.
Somehow.
I'm messaging Lamont, seeing if he's around.
Probably not. He goes to bed earlier. Um,
His Discord is green, but yeah, maybe.
yeah. Well, the latest commit says erg typo. Although that just looks like it's a build fix. Very confusing. This works. Big entry again. Just in case, you know?
Why not?
Oh.
Weird that it loses guidance or thinks it's lost avionics, so it just stages everything.
I don't think it's thinking it's lost avionics. I think it's MechJeb going crazy. Because if you look at, like when I checked my input locks,
Mhm.
there was no avionics locker in my input locks. So RP-1
Yeah.
still thinks it has avionics. So, okay, I'm gonna plop in the latest MechJeb DLL and we'll see if that makes a difference.
Frankly, just rebooting might be the thing that makes a difference. Who knows? Seems like Lamont is not there. He didn't reply, so
Yeah, I assumed it was. You never know.
It's interesting that in contract configurator, there's a way to do a vessel state where you can limit the rate of climb, but there's no way to limit the horizontal velocity.
That's under throttle control.
Under thought.
Yeah, you're an AA, right?
No. Sorry, I was talking about something completely
Oh,
random.
contract config.
Configurator.
Oh.
Yeah, the vessel state. Like,
Yeah,
you can ask.
surface velocity.
Surface velocity is
Oh, I see what you
surface
mean.
velocity. It's not.
Want the speed over ground component.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you can hack around it by setting a required surface velocity and so you have your vertical velocity and you
Yeah,
have
you
your
can set
surface
a min.
velocity, so you can get around it that way.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to prevent you from taking off horizontally. So I kind of can't do requiring a minimum rate of climb.
You can require that either the altitude is above, either the altitude above ground level is above a certain amount, or the rate of climb is like non-zero, basically, and horizontal velocity is close to zero.
That's the part I can't require. That horizontal velocity is close to zero.
Surface, so either the altitude is above like 5 meters AGL or whatever, or your vertical velocity is like greater than 5, and your total velocity is less than 8.
Yes. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, let's see if this works. Analog. ASP2 would have to be in a state where it makes sense to do that for us to even think about that, and it's not, so we're not thinking about it. This works any better. Yeah, why does it say guidance state enabled despite guidance not being enabled? Now we're in guidance state finished. See if we can manually fly. That's step 1. Nope, staging the engines caused us to... Yeah, Ascent Autopilot is somehow taking command even though it's not enabled.
That's very weird.
Yep.
What happens if you toggle
See,
out
look at
of...
that being in auto.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't vary the throttle because the send autopilot thinks it's engaged.
Can you toggle out of PVG and see if it lets go, or is it...
Nope. Nope.
It's like you need an older build of PVG then.
Yeah. Analog, let's defer that until that actually occurs. I'm really not going to be in the business of speculating about KSP2.
One thing you have to remember about the how RO and RP-1 was built was, and Nathan Kell was the inside man on the project, so he got to sneak in a lot of things. There's no inside man anymore.
All right, let's try this thing. We know it worked last time.
Did you update to a new PVG since the last stream?
Nope. Well, that's weird. This thing works fine. Something about that avionics unit is confusing it.
Very odd. The anti-Sputnik PVG.
It's super weird. You know what? Let's try that. We increase the flow priority of that thing. Maybe MechJeb thinks it's an avionics limit, so RP-1 doesn't somehow, weirdly. Nope. Yeah, so there's something extremely hinky about that probe core being involved. So let's try something different. Let's try recreating it fresh.
I think rerouting the thing was the problem.
Doubt it.
Maybe.
I mean, I didn't reroute it until it was already busted. experiments. Spec and then should be tool. Should it not? Yes, it is. Okay, let's try this. Nope, guidance status enabled. I didn't notice if it didn't say that when it was working.
Yeah, I didn't remember.
Nope, it's fine now. Alright. That's interesting. Well, that's confusing. Oh. No, it's just being let me. Yeah, so we overlofted a little bit, but that's okay. I'm not terribly interested in lofting this thing, given its limited TVC.
Yeah. Looks like you're going to be just about right, 150 meters to spare.
Yeah, my instincts are fairly honed by this point.
wonder why it turns right so much.
What do you mean why it turns right?
Well, you're,
Not turning right at all.
Okay, never mind. Guess it was just misreading ECI.
Yeah. Yeah, ECI looks weird. Just to... Okay. That's pretty good.
$130 to spare. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, sure as heck can't push a full ton.
I mean, what's your terminal mass right now?
Oops, I didn't look. You can probably check in the clip.
I mean, you can just do it by going to the long stats on your delta V readout.
Yeah, but we still had 130 left. But yeah, broadly that's...
Yeah, I'm just thinking if you're 25 tons at terminus, you might be able to get the full ton.
Eight tons.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you won't
Not
be
quite.
able to.
Not quite. Yeah, that's Principia. So ECF is Earth centered, Earth fixed. It's basically the rotating reference frame that we think of in stock KSP as surface mode. And ECI is Earth centered inertial, which is the inertial reference frame as if you were orbiting. So it's an orbiting inertial reference frame centered on the Earth. Egg will kill me for saying this, but they're approximately equivalent to KSP's surface and orbit modes on the nav ball. All right, let's accept our orbital contracts. This one.
I didn't realize you could accept both of those.
Oh, I should have had another one building, just in case. Also, this is slightly horrifying. What's the current draw on this thing? Because apparently it has to last for a day with that attached still, I think. Jeb, why you go away? Oh dear. Yep, definitely needed to have another one building. Well, that was a colossal waste. Told you I should have had another one building while I was rolling that out. Backup.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All the extra data will help.
yes. Anyhow, that's a problem for another day. Because I should call it quits.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining, and thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.